Hello everyone, my name is Sick and welcome back to the community project. Today it's going to be a rather short video, I think, because I can't think of a whole lot of other things to add to this mission at this point, but maybe you guys do. And also I'd like to repeat my question. Jesus, my question for voice actors. I need some people with some decent microphones who are willing and able to help me out with some voiceovers for headquarters and things like that. So, now that that is out of the way, there are a few things that we should do, and most of them are pretty simple, because one of the things that we need to do is actually we need to make sure that we can finish this mission, which at the moment we cannot. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another trigger right next to main base 1. I'm going to call this one main base 2. In condition we will write trigger activated main base 1. There will be of course a value of around 5 seconds. We will have SL1 or SQ side chat. Good job. Come home. Basic stuff. And then we are going to want to trigger an ending to this mission. And the way we do that is we will type in quotations and 1 call bis lower dash, I suppose, FNC lower dash and mission. Right, and end 1 basically calls for the ending that you defined in the description.ext. At the moment we only have the one ending, and this doesn't do anything specific, but we could go into the description.ext later and define like a specific text to be displayed when you finish the mission. But right now this will just finish the mission on its own. Alright, another thing that I've been doing a little bit is dressing up the mission. And yeah, I finished one area. It's nothing special so far, but it's pretty nice. I did several things, like I added some guard posts, like for example this grenadier behind sandbags. Right, we have another machine gunner way over there. We have a single guy on patrol moving around to this area. We have 2 guys camping next to a campfire and, you know, surrounded by tents that these guys sleep in. We have, of course, their vehicle, which they used to get here. You know, I'm trying to build this up a little bit. And one of the things I did is I looked at the total count of people here. So we have 2 guys here, 1 guy there. We have a possibility for this guy to spawn. He is actually set to 40% of presence, I think. Yeah, 40%. Which means that he will not always be there, but he might be. Right, so we have this guy, those 2 guys over there, those 2 guys over there. It's about, I don't know, 5 or 6 people, right? And what I wanted to do is I wanted to have enough tents to basically have when the player looks down from the ridgeline, for example, and he sees these tents, he might do a count of, oh, maybe there's 2 people per tent. That means I might expect 8 soldiers here, something like that. So this could be a nice visual hint that, you know, you can use to define how many resistance you could expect. Now, another thing that I've done is I've added some combat interruptible animations. Alright, so if you open up Combat Lifesaver right here, we have the following command. This sit low full, which is for the gear. He will be wearing full gear while in this animation. This is just calling for him as he is right now, nothing special. Sit low is the name of the animation, and call bis FNC ambient anim combat. Now there are several animations that we have. For example, we have the marksman over here. If we open him up, we have watch. And that means that he is basically turning around on the spot and looking in different directions all at the same time. And if we want to have a look at this, we can. For example, if we play as this character. Right, so the machine gunner has watch 1 or watch 2 as his command. And you can see he's just standing here and he's just casually glancing around in all directions. And actually, if he is turned that way, he's not actually going to see you. So you can still kind of sneak up on this dude if you're careful, but of course he is going to turn around quite a lot. So that guy is doing something similar. I am the character that should, generally speaking, be doing a patrol around this area. And if we run over towards the little camp area in the middle of all the garbage, we can see that we have the marksman looking around in different directions as well. We have the combat lifesaver just sitting on his ass doing nothing. And inside the building in the back we have the officer, or the squad leader, who was interrogating the spy. And he's doing something similar as well. Yep, there he is. This guy did not spawn this time around. And as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of dressing up here as well, just to make this place feel a little bit used and lived in, because otherwise it's just going to be empty, and that is boring as shit. So I have a wrecked car, some boxes, you know, some places where you could store tools, and in this area we have the little office. We have a laptop, we have tables, you know, the bookcases, and we also have painkillers, which I did or made in an earlier video, and I just copied this and placed it on the table here, which we can use for healing in case you're injured. Alright, so another thing that I did, which is I think really interesting, is I made a new trigger, and this trigger basically encompasses quite a big area around this building, and what it looks for is for Op4, which is our side, to be detected by independent. And if Op4 gets detected within this radius by the independent faction, then B1, B2 and B3 join B4. Right? So, and B2, B3 and B4 are this guy, that guy, and I think, yeah, this character. And B4 is the officer inside the building. Right, so that means if you get close and you get seen, these three guys will join up with this guy. And they will basically follow his commands, and they will not, because this is the thing with ArmA AI, right? If you just put them in place like this with no movement commands, and they see an enemy, what they tend to do is lie down on the ground and they never really move, and they basically turn into a prone turret. That is really bad for gameplay. So by making them join this guy in the building, I basically force them to move from their position and start running around in this little debris area. And yeah, that should provide for a lot more interesting gameplay. Another thing that I wanted to do is I did not want to include these guys at the checkpoints, because, well, they are in very defensible positions, right? And it would be a shame for them to give those up. So I would want them to stay here. But I did something else. So if we open up the auto rifleman here, we have the command for the animation. And then I added the event handler that we also used for the sentries, which basically forces them up into an upright position. But this time around I set it to middle, which is the crouching position, right? And basically this animation overrides the middle or the crouch position command until he actually goes into combat, because then this bit is of course cancelled. And then this thing goes into effect, essentially. That means that this guy will start looking around in all directions until he sees an enemy. And at that point he will go into a crouch position and he will stay exactly where he is, or he should be, basically. That means he is not going to go prone, he's not going to keep standing where he would be an easy target, or prone where he would be an impossible target and he would be unable to fight back. Instead he's going to go crouched, and he will be able to fire in many different directions, and we can show this or showcase this as well. So we can start playing from here. Now, since we are in the radius that triggers this objective, we now also got oh, wrong button, the task for, let's see, rescuing the CSAT spy, which is right there. Alright, so let's try to move up and have a look at how this guy behaves when he sees me. Oh, there he is. Oh. Right, he's busy firing. Right, and he went into a crouch position, as you can see right there. As you can see, this makes him a really hard target to hit, and he is very much able to fire at us. And this is, you know, more authentic, more realistic. It feels better, or you know, this is what people would expect a real world soldier to do. You know, you wouldn't want him to run away from his cover and out into the garbage to join his squad leader. You would want him to kind of hold position, act as a guard, and, you know, hold the enemy off, basically. Right. This also means that these other guys should now have joined the squad leader, except, of course, for that guy way over there, who is completely unaware of us being in combat. Alright, so that guy's dead. And now I'm curious to see where the other guys went. So let's have a look. He sees a medic. These guys are still in their animations. Interesting. I guess they joined the enemy, or they did join SL, but they did not get their animations overridden, which is interesting. Oh. Now they get out of their ambient animations and they start running around. Alright, cool. So this is something that we might have to change. Oh, oh crap. Where the hell did that come from? I kinda want to finish this. But as you can see, all the debris is making for a really cluttered fighting environment, which is really hard, but also really interesting. There you are. Oh, blood on the tent too. That is cool. Oh. Where the hell did you go? Oh, need to jump over here. As you can see, this is a... Oh, crap. This is a really interesting place for an engagement. Oh, he's reloading. And he's dead. Cool. As you can see, this basically allows them to move around a little bit and not stay as stationary as the AI would regularly be. Alright, so let's also finish off the rest of this mission, or this objective anyway. Now, what I wanted to do is probably dress up this map more, and of course I'm going to do that off screen. You're not going to witness me doing all of that. And then the next video might actually be a playtest to see how things progress. Alright, cool. That should be everybody, I think. Now, actually, we have the one guy walking around on patrol as well, right? I haven't seen him. He could still be in the area. But doesn't really matter, I think, because we can still walk up to this guy and finish this objective. I'm here to rescue you. Let's see. Thanks, guys. I'll join you. You can find AF sentries in these locations. Damn it, wrong button again. Sentries are now marked. This guy joins us. He gets a gun. And we could continue on our merry way. Alright. Cool. Of course, another thing that we'll want to do, most likely, is... Let's see. Prisoner dead. No, that's not what we want. Rescue 1, Rescue 2, Rescue 3. Yeah. We want to save the game for the player as well every once in a while. And the best thing to do this, or the best time to do this, is, of course, when he just finished an objective. So all we have to do really is type save game. And we actually might also want to do it when the prisoner dies. This could be interesting, because if the player never really saves and this overwrites their only save file, then, you know, they basically fucked up, they don't get the information, and they have an incentive to try the mission again later, or just continue on their merry way at the moment. Alright, so we don't really have anything else to talk about in this video, I think. So that's going to be it for this one. But if you still have any ideas for missions and content that we could integrate into this map, please let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you want to help me out with voiceovers and things like that, that would be really appreciated. So I'll see you guys for the next video.